Assalamu alaikum, my name is Ikra. I post beauty content and a little bit of teaching and fashion related videos as well on here and on my blog. If you're new here, please do click subscribe. Today I am filming a very requested video. It is my skincare routine, so I thought I would come on here with absolutely zero makeup on my face to show you guys what my skin looks like. Alhamdulillah, I do have good skin, and that's the first thing I kind of wanted to start this video with, is that my skin, naturally, genetically has been clear and good from a young age. I've never had to face acne and difficult skin conditions like that, which is a massive blessing and I'm so grateful for that. But I will say that my biggest skin problems are my under eye circles. As you can see, there is a huge difference between this area around my eyes and the rest of my face, and also my face is very fair, and I think that's partly because of the fact that I exfoliate it regularly, but my facial skin is a lot more fairer than the rest of me. Like, for example, if you look at my hands, obviously I've got a bit of a tan due to the hot weather we've had in the UK, but yeah, alhamdulillah, I do have really good skin on the whole. I just have discoloration massively around my eyes. The dark circles are my biggest problem, and that is hereditary as well. I also have some discoloration around my mouth area, and I have a little bit of redness around my nose. Obviously I get the occasional spot, who doesn't? At the moment I've actually got 3 or 4 on my face. I've got one on my eyebrow here, a few like around my mouth, and that's sometimes due to the food that I'm eating. If I'm eating too much sugar, then I do tend to get a spot or two, and also if I'm really stressed out, and also if I don't stick to my skincare routine, which sometimes it happens. Sometimes you're just so busy you just don't stick to it. Although alhamdulillah I've been blessed with good skin naturally, I have worked consistently to maintain it, and it's not a case of I just wake up and wash my face with soap and water every day and then do the same in the evening and that's it, my skin is like this. No, my skin has been kept clear because I've continuously maintained it. So that's why I think a skincare routine is really important. I didn't start really look after my skin till I was about 18, I would say, when I started my blog and when I started reading lots of other blogs, and I kind of realised then how important it is to look after your skin. But I will also say that skincare can be very daunting when you're first looking into starting to look after your skin. It can be really confusing. There's so many different brands, there's so many different claims, and I've kind of been on a bit of a journey to figure out what works best for me. I have quite a few products here, but I just wanted to talk you through my sort of daily routine. And I'm not going to talk about face masks and other skincare favourites in this video because I want to do a separate video, but I will basically be running through my everyday skincare. So first things first, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is use a lip balm. Now this is what I'm so excited to share with you guys as well. By Terry Balm de Rose lip balm is ridiculously expensive. A full size of this is £39, which is crazy for a lip balm. I've got 2 of these now because I've got taken advantage of the Cult Beauty offer, and they often put these in if you spend a certain amount within a goodie bag. So I have 2 of these, and I have to say it's a beautiful lip balm. It's very expensive. I would never spend £40 on a lip balm, but I do love this mini size. However, I recently discovered a dupe which I don't think I've had anyone talk about, but it is so similar, and this one is the Skin and Tonic London Rose Lip Balm. And this has basically got only 5 ingredients in it, and I've put both of them on my lips today to sort of see if I can determine a difference. I can't. Both sides of my lips feel really hydrated and plump. I've been wearing this at night for the last couple of nights, and every day my lips have been waking up feeling really hydrated. So if you're looking for a fantastic lip balm for a fraction of the price, this is a dupe and I recommend it definitely. So my first thing I like to do in the morning is I like to tone my face, and at the moment I'm using the Liz Earle Naturally Active Instant Boost Skin Tonic Spritzer because it's just so simple. You literally just use a spray bottle and spritz onto your face. And I find that this not only hydrates your skin straight away, it literally does wake me up properly, but it also gives me all the other really good ingredients in here, like cucumber, like chamomile. So I've really been enjoying this, and the fact that it's in a spray bottle is super convenient. Then the next thing I will do is move on to my serum, and I do like to apply my serum twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening. My serum of choice at the moment is the Quarterly Vino Source SOS thirst quenching serum. So I got a little sample of this. I don't know if you guys have watched on my previous videos, but if you have, you'll know I had a sample of this a while ago and I loved it. And in the past I've tried serums that just haven't like lived up to the hype at all, or haven't been worth the money, but this in particular definitely is. I'm halfway through it now. So I just take a small pump and then I literally just gently massage it into the skin. And what this does is it allows the moisturizer that I'm going to use next to really sink into the skin properly, and I just feel like in combination with that spritz toner, it works wonders to really hydrate my skin. I should also say, I should have said this at the start, but my skin is normal to combination, so I pretty much have normal skin, alhamdulillah. I get a few dry patches around my eye area for some reason sometimes, and my T-zone can get a little bit oily, but on the whole my skin is pretty normal. I used to be definitely more on the dehydrated side and a little bit drier, but now since I've been using these very hydrating products together, I feel like I have managed to get my skin back to normal, which is lovely. I then go in with an eye cream. This is a Nivea Q10 Anti-Wrinkle Energy eye cream, which I know some of you might be thinking, well, you're basically like so young, why are you using anti-wrinkle? But I actually find that it does really help to hydrate and plump the skin. I haven't been using it in the last 2 weeks, to be honest with you, and I've unfortunately managed to get some of those little white spots. I don't know how well you can see them. I think you can here. They're called milia, I believe, and I was looking into it, and basically it's when you kind of just leave oil and things like that on your face for too long and it kind of builds up into these hard white spots. So hopefully they're going to go away by themselves and I won't have to look into another solution to get rid of them. But that is why it's so important to properly remove your makeup at the end of the day. Honestly, it just makes such a huge difference. But anyway, I'll get into that later. So then I will go in with my moisturizer of choice. Now, I don't really have a favourite one. I have a few. So my first and foremost favourite one is the Embryolisse Select Cream Concentrate, which is just amazing, especially if you're going to do some heavier makeup that day. If you're going to be layering foundations and powders and things, it is just so emollient and perfect for the skin. And I was using that every single day for a while, but because I don't wear a lot of makeup day to day, or sometimes I don't wear any makeup, I just thought I'd give that a bit of a break and leave that for special occasions and try out some different moisturizers as well. So I've used the Body Shop one that comes in a little pot, the vitamin E one, which I actually really do like. I find that it's very hydrating and moisturizing, and I also like the night cream version of that too. And currently, okay, I just had to go and get it. Currently I'm using the Lixer Universal Emulsion, which is supposed to be a day moisturizer, night cream and serum base all in one. This is a very new sort of indie brand that I saw on Cult Beauty and I wanted to give it a go. It's fairly pricey for what it is and I've nearly used it up. And I've liked it. It's pretty good. I will show you what it looks like. I don't think it's anything particularly special, and I am not going to be repurchasing this just because I feel like there are similar products and alternatives on the market for half the price, to be honest. But yeah, it's important to, I think, try different things. Your skin can get really used to using the same skincare, so I do like to switch up my moisturizers and things. And that's pretty much it for my everyday morning skincare routine. Honestly, sometimes I will skip the eye cream, I won't have time, and my skin is feeling super hydrated from the night before. I'll leave out the serum as well because, you know, I don't need to double apply it every single day, but I do always use this toner in the morning, and I do always use a really good thick moisturizing cream so that whether I'm not wearing makeup or whatever makeup I am wearing just works really well for me. Okay, moving on to my nighttime skincare routine. Now this is, I think, what makes the biggest difference to your skin. It's removing the makeup and making sure that you have properly removed all your makeup. Honestly, I cannot explain how important it is. I've been reading the most awful stories recently of like women who've not been removing their mascara properly and then getting the most gross like diseases and eye infections, and it's just horrible. So it's actually quite serious, not just for your skin, but to remove your eye makeup properly as well. If you don't remove your makeup very, very well, then what you're going to do is just leave layers of sort of dirt and oil and grease and makeup on your skin. That's going to pile up, that's going to clog your pores, and you're going to get spots, and you're going to get just problematic skin, and your skin's going to be producing far too much oil, and it's just going to be a bit of a hot mess. So it's really important to remove your makeup very, very thoroughly and also cleanse. So that's why I'm a huge fan of the double cleansing method. And what this means is you use 2 different types of cleansers to ensure that your makeup has been removed. I actually use 3. I always go in first with some Bioderma, and this is the one I've been using currently. It is the H2O version, so it's supposed to be for combination and oily skin. It's paraben free, hypoallergenic, and there's 500 milliliters in here. Now what I'm going to do is leave my favourite website that I use to buy Bioderma on, because they always have amazing 1/3 off sales, or like buy one get one free, and it's a fantastic site, so definitely check that out down below. This one, at first I loved it because it has a pump and I thought that was going to be so convenient, but honestly after using the whole thing up almost, I would say just go for the regular bottle because it's less messy. When you use a pump on this, it kind of still gets everywhere somehow, so I don't think the pump is amazing. The product itself I really like. I prefer the pink one. The original Bioderma is definitely my favourite, but this still does the job. It really just works to get rid of your eye makeup in a very gentle way. I use the Primark cotton pads, just pump once or twice on here, hold it onto my eyes, and then just leave it there for a good 10 to 20 seconds, and then carefully like rub on the cotton pad so that all the makeup is removed really well. If you just go in with a makeup wipe or something and just start scrubbing at your eyes, first of all it's going to irritate your eyes, and secondly that's going to lead to early signs of aging, which nobody really wants. So you definitely have to look after this area. It's very delicate. So that's always my step 1. Step 2 is going in with an oil cleanser, and this is one of my favourite things to do actually. I have quite a few different oil cleansers that I've enjoyed in the past, and I will leave some of them below, but currently I'm using the Body Shop Chamomile Silky Cleansing Oil, and it looks like this, and I just really like this. It's got a pump, it's so easy to use, and I feel like you only need 1 or 2 pumps to really break down your makeup, and it does such a good job at not leaving a really horrible residue. So that will be like my step 2 for all the rest of my face, not including my eye area really, because I've already removed that. Step 3 is using a cream cleanser. This one is what the cleanser that I got in my first ever haul on YouTube, which is incredibly embarrassing now when I look back to it, but this is what I got: the Purity Made Simple Philosophy cleanser. This is a 480 milliliter version. It was £15, and it was the best £15 I spent on skincare in a long time. I've literally been using this since September, kind of on and off, but pretty much 80% of the time I've been using this cleanser, and I've still got so much left, so it's such good value for money. Formulated for all skin types, and it really cleans the skin properly without you having to scrub or be tough on the skin at all, but it feels super gentle as well. So this full price, you know, without the TKMS discount would be pretty pricey, but yes, I would 100% buy it again because it is so worth the money. And for a long time, I would say like the biggest thing that's changed my skincare really is using a cleansing brush. Now the one that I have opted to use for the last few years is the Vanity Planet Spin for Perfect Skin brush, which I know you guys might have heard loads and loads of different YouTubers talk about. I don't have a special code for you, unfortunately. I just googled a discount code and used one of those to get the money off, but I had this one before. As you can see, it's pretty beat up, and it lasted me for a good 2 years, I would say, and then unfortunately it broke because I dropped it on a really hard surface, so it broke, and then I ordered a replacement recently, and I'm so happy that I have it back in my life again. These are basically, I guess, similar versions to the Clarisonic, but a lot more cheaper and ethical as well. This in total I think cost me about £35 including delivery. It comes in a box like this, so you can choose what colour you would like, and you get a big brush head in here. You also get a exfoliating brush head and a little stone one for getting rid of sort of the rough patches on your feet. I use rechargeable batteries in this, so you know, you can save some money and save the environment and all of that, and I just love it. You just press a button, turns on, and it literally just rotates. Put your cleanser on, And basically what this does is it dislodges all the excess dirt and oil that you have got on your face that you can sometimes not even see, and it does all that work for you without being excessively harsh on your skin, which is why I love it. And sometimes I will go with my oil cleanser and then I'll just use my Philosophy cream cleanser, wash my face, and then use this, and it's shocking how much excess makeup that I just didn't even see comes off because of this brush. Like, it really helps to gently dislodge all the excess gross stuff. Definitely recommend this. The link down below is an affiliate link, which means if you use it I will get maybe 5% of the amount that you pay, which is obviously really helpful for me to continue with my channel, my blog. But you don't have to use it if you don't want to. There's no compulsion on you guys to use it at all, but if you wanted to support me, that would be really lovely. So yeah, this is honestly a really important step for me, and something that I really missed when I broke my other one. I didn't pick up a new one for a good 2 months, and I really missed it because it's also a bit of a nice winding down sort of, this is time to now relax and properly cleanse your face and then exfoliate with that brush now and again. Right, talking about exfoliators, I personally do not use manual exfoliators anymore on my face anyway. I definitely used to when I was 16, 17. I used to use like the St. Ives Apricot Scrub, and unfortunately you guys, that is one of the worst things you can use for your face. It is so bad for you, and I'm going to leave an article down below explaining what I'm talking about, because you might be like, well, I've had this in my family for years and we've always used it and it's not caused us any problems. But I do really implore you guys to read that article if you use it at the moment, because it's so bad for you. Anyway, not the point. So I do still exfoliate my skin, and sometimes that is with the rougher brush head and just my normal cleanser, but most of the times it's actually with a chemical exfoliator. So this is the step in my skincare routine which I feel like has made the most difference to my uneven skin tone and any discoloration I've had, and it's really helped to brighten up my skin, and that is using glycolic acid in my routine. So the first product that had glycolic acid that I used was the Alpha H Liquid Gold, and I absolutely love this. I feel like this is the first thing to come onto the market that kind of introduced us all to glycolic acid, really. Definitely in my experience anyway. 5 years ago this was huge, and when I'm using this, I use it like 2 to 3 times a week maximum, because it's quite strong. If I want to have a very strong application, if the next day I want my skin to be looking super bright and beautiful, then I will not put any cream on top of this, and I'll use this as like a concentrated night treatment. But usually I do like to still make sure that my skin's really hydrated, so I'll put this on and then I'll put on my normal moisturizer. So Alpha H Liquid Gold was my first dabbling into glycolic acid, and then I couldn't resist checking out what every single blogger and her mom was raving about. This is the Pixi Glow Tonic, which has 5% glycolic acid in it. This is also, again, even more affordable than Liquid Gold, really. This is a fantastic formula to use. It's supposed to gently exfoliate to remove dead skin cells, revealing healthy glowing skin, and this is alcohol free, which I love, because when you're using skincare that has a high percentage of alcohol in it, you're essentially drying your skin out, and it's just not good for you. Which is why you have to be careful with setting sprays, especially because a lot of them have the alcohol in there. But if you use it every single day, it could be doing more damage to your skin than more benefit, if that makes sense. So that's just a side note. But anyway, the Glow Tonic is fantastic. What I like about this is that it is suitable to use every single day if you wanted to, because it's not as strong as the Liquid Gold. So do little sets which have the mini version in them, which I'm going to link below, because I think that's a really nice way to try out the brand. I forgot to talk about my SPF. I don't have it on me at the moment, it's in my makeup bag, but the SPF that I have been using is, I will leave the picture here. It's a Korean brand, and I got it from Cult Beauty, and it also works as a makeup base. I do really like it. I feel like it's quite thick, and because it's very yellow in colour, it does sometimes completely like mask my skin, and if I'm not wearing makeup on top it can look a bit funny. But that's a SPF I've been using, and I've used the Soap and Glory one as well, which is really good. It's also SPF 50. I tend to pick up the Soap and Glory one when they are on sale for 3 for 2, because it becomes a bit more affordable. I just think that SPF is super important, especially in the summertime, but you should be wearing it all the time anyway, because UV rays, whether it's sunny or not, will still be affecting your skin. I think some people have this misconception that, well, I am a person of colour, so I don't really need to wear SPF because, you know, I'm already brown. But actually it's not about your tan. Like, SPF doesn't really affect your tan. It's protecting you from the harmful UV rays and from a serious side effects like skin cancer if you're out in the sun too much. So SPF is super important, and I should have included it, but I have now. And then the final thing I wanted to kind of add before I sign this video off, because it's going to be pretty long, is my Jade Roller. I've spoken about this in, I think, my April favourites. This, I will leave the link down below for where I got it from. It's just a really lovely step, especially in the evening, I find, for when I'm applying my serums and my moisturizers, and you just roll whatever it is that you just put onto your skin in with this. And because it's got a jade stone, it is so cooling on the skin, but also it's supposed to stimulate the lymphatic system and lymphatic drainage throughout the face, which basically means it's just supposed to invigorate your skin and make your skin more receptive to receiving any products that you're putting on top, and also get the blood flowing, which I found a bit like techno-babbly when I first heard about it. But then I was watching one of Anam Ahmed's vlogs, and she was at a Charlotte Tilbury counter, and he was doing her makeup, and he was sort of doing all these draining motions and the Tilbury tap on her face, and it kind of makes sense. It's like it's getting your skin ready to be prepped and pampered, I guess. So yeah, I just really like this, and I don't think these are worth the price tag on more expensive sites, so definitely check out the link below if you want to know where I got mine from, because it was less than £5. Winning. Okay, and that is where I'm going to end this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and you found it helpful. I wanted to be as informative as possible without sort of rambling on and on and on. So do let me know if you have any questions below. Everything I've spoken about will be linked down below, and I will be following up this video with a few more skincare related videos. See you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.